Okay, so I actually finally got my AC finished, like all that stuff's done. Yesterday I didn't have to charge it because I guess there's like a charge inside the condenser unit, but yeah, it's nice and cool and stuff. It's actually a lot better because before it was like almost like 100 in here. It was like 93. So I like sleeping and stuff, it was just like hot, so I didn't like actually, I don't think I slept like really well because of that. But now, like tonight, like last night, oh, that was a good sleep. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go to the shop. I have to finish tearing down that VR4 bottom end, and I need to also move some stuff from the car into my container. I did a little bit yesterday. So yeah, I'm not sure what else. Oh, all the people that are mad about my clickbait, I was bored. That's why there's 2 videos, and you know, it was a joke. Don't be mad. It's still a good video, kinda, I guess. And it was only like what, 2 minutes long or something. Everybody's waiting for the wreck. But yeah, I think I'm going to probably take a shower. I need to eat some cereal, and then probably go to the well, drop some stuff off because my truck's full of some parts, so I need to kind of organize those into the container and the semi-trailer, and like some stuff goes to the container that's like needs to go, and then some stuff goes to like the semi-trailer. Like I have like some trannies, like some W58s, so it's kind of like I have different like places for different things, so I don't want to like stick like dirty like parts in my containers, because that's like kind of like clean stuff, and then the semi-trailer is just like bullshit. So yeah, I need to grab these and put them in. Those need to go back into my container. I have some other wheels in my truck that need to go into my container, and then I don't know, we'll see what happens, because I'm not sure. I know I need to get that engine apart, but man, it's kind of nice now that there's AC in here. It makes me unmotivated to do stuff. Alright, so I got that 6G that was out of that car, all apart, torn down. The heads, the block. So it had a spun rod bearing. I forgot where the bearing went for it, but it was like paper thin. But these, it looks like they definitely didn't maintain the car very well. You can see the debris right there. Let me try to hold this different way. Here, let me set it there. So you can see that line right there. So when there's debris in the oil, these are like lead and Babbitt bearings, and that's trying to like just like smear. It was like smearing a piece of like dirt or like dust or something around it. But you can also tell like the fatigue, like where it's all like you could see like the spots in it. It's like fatigue, so it's like getting hot, that one, and then that one's worn down. This was the bottom of a rod. So yeah, it wasn't very well maintained, so no wonder why it blew up, or rod knocked it and it didn't blow up. But I mean, yeah, the other engine seemed like it was a lot better taken care of. This one had the same. It looks like they might have taken it to Mitsubishi to get service as well. Like this one out here, the engine that I got from the wrecked one, the guy always had it serviced at Mitsubishi, so maybe they were charging them or something and not doing what they're supposed to, who knows. But another thing I don't like about these engines, well, one thing is these the rods, the wrist pins don't free float, and see, they should be like on a free floating wrist pin. This would be like really easy to move back and forth, but it's not. And then the thrust washers that usually go out, so that's why I deleted the clutch. Like, you have to push the clutch in to start it because it wears these thrust washers. Where's yeah, you can see that one's worn right there. So yeah, once these wear, the crank kind of just like shimmies in and out because there's like the thrust washers are wearing, and it just ends up like messing the engine up as well because everything's shifting back and forth, which isn't good. So I'm gonna have a wiring harness, heads, and just some random like stuff that I thought I'd keep. I'll probably save this block. I thought the turbo blocks had the oil squirters, but this one doesn't have any oil squirters. So I don't know if it was like an NAT swap or who knows what. But yeah, I'm gonna throw this stuff in my truck and probably throw that crank away because it's no good. I never resurface cranks because undersized bearings, it's not even worth dealing with because they'll just have problems down the road. It's a good way to like fix something quick, but it's not a good like long-term solution. So yeah, just gonna throw all this stuff in my truck. Got 6 pistons, 5 rods, and no crank. We got the stuff cleaned up. It's all nice and clean now. I put floor dry down so it'd soak up all that oil and stuff and just the residual like stuff that leaked. I was gonna charge the AC in my truck, but I've been like working at the shop really late for the past like 3 or so weeks. And well, technically before that because we were doing stuff like trips and stuff. So I'm gonna go home. It's 10 o'clock. Hopefully maybe I get to bed maybe around midnight. I'll edit the video and then I'm going to maybe watch a movie. And with my new AC in my house, well, the AC is working. I think I showed you that this morning. And yeah, so I'm pretty pumped that, you know, like the VR4 is pretty much almost done. Just waiting for some things. I went and bought the stuff to do the AC. I need to do my truck and the VR4. So tomorrow I'll do both of those. I'll fill them with refrigerant. I'll evacuate the system. You use a vacuum pump. You evacuate it, and then you fill it. So you don't want any like air. Like is what you don't want in there. So you don't want any air in there. So you pretty much just evacuate it, and then you fill it with AC until it's like, I think it's like 30 psi on the low side and like a high, like 400, something like that on the high side. So I'm going to work on that tomorrow. I also need, I know my truck has, like, I've had the AC filled before, and it takes like 2 weeks for it to pretty much bleed off. So there's like something, there's like a seal that has like a little nick or something in it. So I'm going to first maybe fill the system with air and squirt water on like all the lines to figure out where this leak is, because I put dye in it, I couldn't find it. So I might do it that way, then I can find the stuff, then I'll suck the air back out with the vacuum pump. I don't know if that's a good idea, but I think that's what I'm going to try. And then after I do that, if I find a leak, I'll have to order an O-ring or whatever's the issue, and then after that I'll fill it. But I think the VR4, I was pretty careful with the seals. Hopefully everything just goes together, and all I have to do is fill it. If not, I'll have to order O-rings for that as well. But you know, you just have to check to make sure it's all sealed before you fill it, so you're not wasting money. I'm going home now, and hopefully tomorrow I have AC in my cars like I do my house. And I had a subscriber that like asked me about my truck, why it hasn't been in the videos. Well, I've pretty much just been driving around the BMW because, you know, the BMW has AC for one. It's a lot easier to cruise around. Like, well, I'm driving my truck today, so yeah, the BMW is a lot nicer, and I think it's easier on the car to do short trips, because with this truck I have pretty much, you know, it's a diesel, so if I'm just doing errands, it's kind of not good to go somewhere, shut it off, make another short trip, shut it off. Like a bunch of short trips really isn't good on a diesel. So I'm going to, that's why I drive the BMW. I'm probably going to drive the VR4 after, you know, there it is right there. Look at how nice it looks. It's like not great, the paint's decent, but you know, all the drivetrain, hopefully once I get those bolts, everything works as I expect. And then I still need to center the steering, because the steering wheel is off. But hopefully everything is okay on that. It's just was a big project, I know. What else? So I am going to charge the AC in the VR4 as long as there's no leaks. I'm going to check that now with the vacuum pump. Just pulled it in the shop, and I had to swap batteries. I think that center light, I left it on all last night, so I'll have to charge up the other battery again. This was the battery I bought for the other car. No, this is the battery I bought for this car. The other battery was out of the other car. So yeah, I'm gonna do that now. And I need to charge the camera because of course it's out of power. So it's raining outside right now, and it's all nice and cool, but I'm ready to charge the AC. This is a vacuum pump, and I have these lines, they're all being pulled with vacuum on, so it pulls all the air out of it. So looks like it's good to go. And the thing you want the most is no contaminants in your AC system, and all the air out in the correct amount of oil, or it won't work correctly. So the most common mistake is people do pull vacuum on this, but Trevor didn't have, I had to go grab my hose, because when you pull this whole system, all this off, and then just like go onto one of the ports, that you're adding a little bit of air each time. So since there's no freon in the system, there's no pressure, so it's just vacuum, and it's sucking air in just a little bit. Makes the biggest difference on how cold your AC is. Like if you want a really nice, like super cold AC, make sure you pull enough vacuum on it and you have all the air out of the system. So I'm gonna unplug this vacuum pump now, because it looks good. So I just opened it. I just opened that up. It's not leaking any. So now what you do, well, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the car, and I'm going to turn it. Actually, I'll probably add a little bit right now. Okay. And now I'm going to start the car and turn on the AC, and then keep adding. It should be like 35, and the high side should match like 400, I think, 350 to 400. Okay, the key's in here. Let me start this. You can see the clutch hasn't come on. So I'm going to go to, I'll let it equalize. Add some more. Definitely needs more. The can will get really cold, so it starts to like trickle in. And it doesn't go in as fast as it did the first time. Look at the pieces of cat coming out. Still not there. And you can fix that by using a warm bucket of water. This can's like really cold just because the Freon is compressed and it's coming out of the can. Still not cold yet. Now, gonna bump up the high pressure side now. See the Freon going in there. This needs to come up, it's still too low. See, it's starting to come up. As the can warms. Huh, the airbag light's on for some reason. Get up there. So I'm going to let that can warm up a little bit, close the valve, and then go at it again, because once it like starts to get that cold, the actual pressure that's getting into the system is really not enough. So shaking the can helps, but you know, letting it warm back up to room temperature also helps. Unless I get like a bucket of warm water, that works as well. So I just got finished charging the AC on the VR4. It is frosty. So right now I have it set to 30 PSI, 100, like it's a little bit under 30 PSI, 100, like a little bit under 150. Somebody said if you set it to like 35 PSI and like 300, it's like you're in the Arctic. But it's really cold right now. I'm gonna probably laser thermometer it before I just detach all the gauges and stuff, just in case I need another can. But it's really cold so far, and it's really nice to have AC in this thing. So, you know, it's coming together. I still need to reclock the steering wheel because it's upside down. Whoops. And then I'm going to right now lift the jack the car up and see if that oil pressure sensor is got unplugged when I put the engine in. So hopefully it did. Then my oil pressure gauge will work. So I'm going to do that now after I find a jack. Okay, right there you can see why my oil pressure gauge doesn't work. See that wire unplugged? So that's why the gauge doesn't work. So I'm going to plug that back in, and it should be good to go. So it should be good to go. So Trevor's going to see how ice cold and frosty the AC is, and see if the oil pressure gauge works now that I plugged it in. Do I have the key? I thought it was in that little thing.
I don't have it. The horn doesn't work. Jeez.
Oh, maybe it's unplugged. You don't have to push the clutch in.
miss.
Yeah, I think it needs probably wires. Look, the oil pressure gauge works now. You need to turn it on. There you go.
That beep like can hear. I mean,
Oh, I know, that beep.
like
I'm gonna unplug it.
it like hurts your ears.
Yeah. I know, I was thinking about making it a little bit colder, but it's like,
How do you make it colder? You just
put more in it. But I think that cools off pretty quick. Like, I feel like you'd be like driving and you'd be like, oh, this is kind of cold.
What's the code?
Huh?
What's the code?
Again? God. Oh yeah, the battery was dead. I left the light on last night. Hey, there's shit in front of the car still. So the oil pressure gauge works. I'm probably going to go get another can so I could fill this thing up to maybe 200 psi. Well,
What's the high side pressure? Because you don't, or what's the low side pressure? Because you don't want it too high.
right now it's under 30. It's supposed to be like 35. 35 and like 150 or something like that. So I was gonna do like 35 and like 200.
Yeah, see, I have.
So now Trevor's gonna make the saw ball frosty too. So I needed to go to Walmart to get some more AC. I got enough for the truck probably. I got one more can for the VR4 so I can get to like 35 PSI on the low side and like 200 PSI on the high side. So that's like in between. You can go up to like 55 and like 350 or something like that. But I think it's already really cold, so I think that'll be really good. It'll be like a good in between. So I'm going to do that now and see how cold I can get it.